Merry Christmas! Hello and welcome to the Christmas special of LEGO Therapy. I was just going to do a normal LEGO Therapy to like round up the year, and I thought I'd make it a Christmas special, so why not? We've got the Christmas hat on, Christmas jumper, Grogu is rocking the hat, and we've also got the Winkies Christmas poster behind me. I don't know if you can actually see it, but this is a limited edition poster that you can now get online. The way I'm positioned, I actually look like my character. Well, I don't, because I don't have a TV for a head. But yeah, you've got me in the middle, you've got Blue, you've got Dan, you've got Mr. Bio, and you've got Whatism. It's a pretty cool poster. But that's not why we're here. I'm very excited for this LEGO Therapy because this is a LEGO set that I've had for quite a while now. I actually picked it up at Comic-Con. I have been saving it for this LEGO Therapy. So we're going to be building it today, and it is, I'll put a picture up on screen. It's like the moment where Darth Vader says, "I am your father," from Star Wars. I'm very excited to build this. We have Vader and Luke. Yeah, I picked it up at Comic-Con. It is like a custom build, but it's also not really. So they released it like as a 40 years special for Empire Strikes Back, but it was very limited edition. So this was like someone got together all the pieces and like custom did it. Shout out to Greatest Minifigs. Check them out on the interwebs. They're on Instagram, just Greatest Minifigs. And yeah, hopefully he sees this video. Maybe not, but who knows. So what a mental year it has actually been, to be fair. YouTube wise, if we're looking back over this year, this has probably been like one of the most pivotal years, I would say, in my YouTube career. It's the year that I have met the Winkies, and I've kind of like really massively grown as like an editor and a creator in the style that I want to do and the content that I want to make. The thing, I don't really have a plan for this LEGO Therapy. Normally I go in with like a massive plan of like what I want to talk about on my phone, but I thought I would go into this one raw. Might be a bad idea because I might have absolutely nothing to say. So yeah, we started the year to a bit of a slow start, really. In terms of YouTube and things, I mean, gaming was not at its best state at the beginning of this year. There was like nothing to play, really. I was still with my older group, and we were kind of just floating around random games. Like, they didn't really enjoy any games that were available, like Warzone and things like that. I mean, fair play to them. And we were just floating around Game Pass games, and it was just like, I just didn't have any content to upload half the time. So then comes the Winkies, and honestly, I'm so grateful for those boys for kind of like taking me in. I don't see myself as like very funny or anything at all, so for them to take a chance and play with me, I couldn't be more thankful for those boys. And honestly, I've got like lifelong friends now from those lot. I'm probably gonna get called soppy or something by them lot for saying this, but I do genuinely love those boys. Like, just the energy and everything that Blue brings, like, he's just so wholesome and kind all the time. Like, I genuinely aspire to be more like Blue in my life sometimes. Whatism, how sarcastically funny he is just all the time, unironically. The ideas and laughs Dan brings, I feel like me and Dan are quite similar in just like how we think, and we kind of just bounce off each other sometimes. I don't know, he might disagree, but... And to be fair, without being like rude or harsh to Kyle, I feel like Kyle's the one guy in the Winkies that I really want to get closer to. I really like him, he's so nice and he's so funny, but I just don't really play with him that often, like in the group. Obviously because the time zones and everything, and it just feels like me and Kyle have not really played all that much compared to the other guys. So maybe that's one resolution, to play with Mr. Bio more. But either way, even if I haven't, he's still an amazing guy. He's just funny. Australian accent is funny enough for me. And then later in the year, obviously after the Winkies and after I've been in there for a bit, we get Benji. I would never admit it to his face, but Benji is probably one of the funniest people I know. His ability to just like come up with random things to say on the spot without any scripting or anything, and his skill of editing in such a short amount of time, I'm actually very jealous of. Like, I don't know how he's achieved what he has done in such a little amount of time. So yeah, I'd never say it to his face, but he is he just is funny. Like, he's just naturally funny. A bit autistic, but funny. So yeah, I honestly just will never be able to thank those guys enough, because honestly, without them, without being like disrespectful to the after party, because I still love those boys and they'll be my friends forever, their hearts just aren't in YouTube, and that's fair enough. Like, you don't have to be in life, obviously. I needed people with that like in mind, and the Winkies boys just have pushed me and driven me 10 times more than I've ever been. Like, I have honestly never been as motivated on YouTube to just constantly grind and edit and everything ever in my life as I am right now. Like, I'm so hungry for it, and that just comes from bouncing off all these people and all these amazing creators that I'm in a group with. So moving through the year, I guess that then brings us to the Preston trip. That was such a good trip, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of the first time I've been away and met people who I've never met before. But the whole Preston trip is kind of just like brought us as the Winkies together. But like, I've legitimately got now like lifelong memories with those boys on that trip. I don't know, there'll be a podcast one day where we talk about some of the stuff we got up to, the videos we made when we were there, and the cooking video especially, like. And then moving on to the Birmingham trip when we went to Comic-Con, I feel like that was almost even better because we were kind of at more of a comfortable place now that this was like the second time we were seeing each other, and we were like, oh, you're right, mate, seeing you again. I want to go into a bit more detail with the Comic-Con trip because I didn't really do much of a vlog. Wadism did the main sort of vlog, but what just an insane experience that was. I mean, you saw on the last Lego Therapy episode that I did, I got invited to go to that event as a creator, and like, we were memeing it the whole weekend, but we were walking around with industry badges. Like, we just walked straight through all the queues and everything. We were straight in. They were just like, yeah, come through your industry. It was just like, honestly, like a weird dream come true. I don't know, it's just something that, like, it's something that I've always wanted to do. Like, I've always looked at events like Insomnia and things, and I've always been like, oh, one day I might get invited one day, but for it to actually happen is just crazy. Like, I don't even know. And we had such a good weekend. Walking around Comic-Con with those boys was just funny. The night out that we had and the interesting things that happened, the most interesting taxi drive I think I've ever and will ever have. They're just stories for a podcast one day. There's some good stories that came from it, I won't lie. And then as well, I met my first ever viewers at Comic-Con. What an incredible experience that is. Very weird though. I apologize to those people who I met because you're the first ever people that I've ever met. So I just did not know what to say to you, I'm not gonna lie. But I was just like walking along, and then the guy just like turned to me and went, Isaac? I just looked at him like, yes. And he was like, oh, what's your video? So I was like, oh, okay, I did not expect that. And again, all these like experiences and everything that I've kind of done and achieved this year all comes back round to the Winkies boys and them allowing me to join their group. I've started to make a conscious effort to kind of be a bit more prevalent in the like Winkies community and like the Discord and things, because I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't feel very accepted like by the Winkies community. I feel obviously being like a newcomer and coming in very late to their group when it's all set up and everything, so I was kind of scared to like go into the Discord at first because I just didn't think people would really like me or want me to be there. I don't know, just a bit confused about a new person being there because I'm not one of the people that they watch, and that's like fair. Whereas now I feel like I've been in the videos long enough to sort of be a part of the community a little bit. I've started to get a bit more active with the community on the Discord. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, I've not really ever been like a big Discord user, so it's kind of new to me, like making sure I'll like check the chat, see what everyone's up to, respond to some messages if there is any. Like, it's a very new thing to me, the Discord. So apologies if I've ever seemed like very distant on the server or like I'm not bothered. It's just not something that I'm used to, the whole Discord server. And I say about that community thing, but at the same time, I've got to thank the Winkies community for welcoming me like as they have, because I can imagine like watching a friend group and then all of a sudden there's just this random new guy. I can imagine it's a bit weird. The way that you've kind of accepted me into the group and allowed me to be a part of the videos, I can't thank you lot enough for allowing me to do that. And again, it does come back around to the Winkies boys. Like, I can't thank them enough for just allowing me to do it. I feel like, as I said earlier, I've like found my feet this year in the way that I want to edit, and if I'm honest, I'm gonna admit this right now, the reason that my editing has been up is XLHD, because when I came into the group, I just kept seeing his clips and I was like, you know what you're doing, like the way like it flows and the narrations at the beginning and the music and pictures and proper edits and things like that. I was like, I need to step up my editing game because this guy is just way better than me. And I feel like I've kind of done that a little bit. And then now Benji's joined the group, and Benji just, I don't know how Benji edits what he does. Like, his knowledge of memes and like how he can watch a clip and go, yes, that meme goes there, that meme goes there. Like, I don't know if it's impressive or just weird. That's Benji for you. Well, part of me wanted to talk about things that have happened in this year, like films that have come out, but off the top of my head, I can't think of many films that have come out this year. At the date of filming this, Spider-Man comes out in 2 days' time, and I am so excited. So I feel like that film is going to be something to talk about probably on the next Lego Therapy, because oh my god, it looks so good, and by the time you're watching this you will know if it's good or not. I'm just so excited for it. The hype around that film is just insane, and I'm kind of sad to see it come out, as bad as that sounds, because the hype's going to be done. The massive community on like TikTok and everything is, it's gonna be gone. Now, while I say I can't think of any films that have come out this year, music has been on another level this year. This year is on par with like, I I think 2018 was the last year I can remember that was this good for music. Starting off, we've got Kanye's album, Donda. I mean, I spoke about this on the last LEGO Therapy. It's just incredible. There's just so many other albums that have come out that are just incredible. Silk Sonic. Oh my god, Silk Sonic. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. What were you on when making that album? Silk Sonic's album is probably one of my top from this year. Like, just every song is just incredible. I love every single song. James Blake's album, that was very good. Slow Tie's album, that was sick. Tyler the Creator's album, that was probably my album of the year. Like, in terms of my like favorite album, Donda all the way. But if you're talking about like just best overall album, like musically, Tyler the Creator's album is so solid. Like, front to back, every single song is just solid. I'm not even gonna try and deny it. Olivia Rodrigo's album slaps. And we had Baby Keem's album, which has aged like fine wine. When I first listened to it, I was like, yeah, that's good. But every time I go back to it, the production and just everything in the album, oh, it's good. I'm trying to like think of stuff that's come out this year, like films and TV wise, but I'm really struggling. Like, we got Bad Batch, Loki. Obviously, this is going to be in the year of like Disney and Marvel TV shows. I mean, WandaVision wasn't great. It was alright, but it wasn't great. Loki was by far the best one. I'll come out and say it now. Falcon and Winter Soldier was boring. What If was better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. The last 2 episodes of What If were incredible, bro. Just seeing the full power of Ultron. That was so sick. Okay, we've got this little base, and I think this is like the platform. So obviously Vader's gonna stand there. I guess we'll move on to next year, shall we? Things like predictions or things I want to achieve next year. At the end of this year, I might hit 50k. It's not looking incredibly likely at the minute, but I think I need to average like 75 subscribers a day if I want to hit it, which is quite difficult, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, if we don't hit it, I'm not going to be annoyed, and plus it's going to be a great start to the next year, hitting 50k. 50k is just crazy. Like, to think about those numbers is something I never thought I'd be able to get to. The kind of obvious next goal though after 50 is 100k. I would be lying to all of you if I didn't say that's kind of the goal for next year. Do I think we're going to hit it? No, not really. But am I going to try? Yes, absolutely. My 13-year-old self would honestly cry if they got one of the plaques that say congratulations for 100k. You know what, screw it, we'll set the goal for next year. We'll say 100k next year. Will we hit it? Maybe not, but there's no harm in trying. But if we do hit it, I will actually get my logo tattooed on me. I've always said that I would do that. Something else that I want to achieve for next year, I'm trying to think of things. I think consistency in my uploads will definitely be something I want to work on a little bit more. Getting uploads out quicker rather than it being like a month. There was a 2-month period this year where I didn't upload, and I don't like doing that because it's not fair on you guys to not get as much content out as I can. I will admit it was during like a really dry period, but another big goal is to be more consistent with streaming. I went through a period at like the end of summer where I started streaming, and then I switched over to PlayStation 5 and my internet could not handle it. But now I got a power line adapter and I've been able to stream the last couple of weeks. And honestly, I've been loving it. It's been really fun. Like, just being able to interact with all of you watching, and I feel just a lot more connected to you guys. So thank you to everyone who's been coming along with the streams. But I want to get more consistent with it. I want to kind of build like maybe a series on stream, so I could start up another Minecraft world, or I don't know, maybe do more solo content and do like a solo playthrough on stream of a certain game. I don't know. But I've got a webcam ordered, so the streams are going to be up in quality on that, because one thing I've kind of hated is not having a webcam during streams. For me personally, I feel like that's one of the biggest things about a stream, being able to see the streamer and being able to interact with them. So not having that, I've kind of felt a bit like I don't really like streaming without this. But the PlayStation webcam has been ordered. I just realized the Darth Vader, oh, you could take his helmet off and he's actually got like the burnt Anakin face. Oh my god, that's actually sick. So yes, getting massively into streaming is a very big goal for me next year. I think as well, like when we record sessions, I've been saying this to the boys, like we might as well just stream them, because we're all going to be playing anyway, and so if we just stream it, it's just something extra for you guys watching. Plus, I'm not even gonna like try and front around it or anything. Monetarily wise, it's really good for us. Like, it means that we are able to get a little bit closer to doing this as a job. I'd be lying if I didn't say one of my goals for next year is to quit my part-time job. Next year is going to be a very interesting one because it's the year that I finish uni. So I've not really got the excuse anymore of, well, I'm in education, so I don't need a full-time job. Even though pretty much the hours that I do on YouTube it's basically a full-time job. The kind of plan, I'm just gonna like straight up tell you what my plan is kind of for the next like year. I got this part-time job very recently at a place. I'm not gonna say where because you might come and see me. Although if you're in my members group chat, then you probably know. Or if you just watch any of Whatism streams, because he always doxes me. But I got this part-time job so that I'm able to kind of get a decent amount of money each month now. But then also, once I've finished uni, I can just take up a few more hours, and I'd be able to kind of justify doing YouTube and just having this part-time job. So I don't need to stress about getting like a proper actual job. Who knows, maybe YouTube will suddenly take off and I'll be able to do that full time, or it might completely flop and I might have to do loads and loads of hours at this job, or who knows, I might be able to get a different really good job that I really enjoy. Honestly, I just don't really know what's going to happen over the next year, but I'm quite excited to just see what happens. I'll be quite happy to finish uni, I'm not even gonna lie. I've really enjoyed my course, but I feel like I'm kind of getting to a point with it now where I'm kind of just sick of being in education. Like at the minute I'm writing my dissertation and I just do not care. Like I just don't enjoy it at all, which is not the best attitude to have on my final year, but it's fine. I'll still get it done. It's just, I don't know, I'm just done with education now. I feel like a lot of people kind of get to that point where they're just like, I just want this to be done now. But then at the same time, don't get me wrong, I do love still going into uni, mainly for like the social side of it. Like the mates I've got at uni, like going like spoons with them every week, and like I'm gonna miss stuff like that. But the actual uni side and deadlines and everything, yeah, no, I am not gonna miss that. So yeah, I've got a really interesting year kind of coming up. That's kind of the plan, just maybe take a few more hours if I need to by then. I mean, I'd love it if between now and the end of May, YouTube somehow happens to grow massively for me monetarily and I don't need to take it up, because the amount of content I could create if I didn't have a part-time job would be, I just love it. I just love creating content. Like the feeling I get when I finally finish a video that I'm actually really proud of. I've just finished a Battlefield video and I'm so proud of that whole video, the way it's edited and the intro and the way it flows together. I want people to see that. So yeah, as I say, with streaming, that's going to help a lot with obviously getting a little bit closer to doing a full-time job in this. My YouTube members, I can't actually thank those people enough. If you've become a YouTube member this year, just know that every single month you're helping me get a little bit closer to like actually achieving this and my dream and everything that I've ever like worked towards trying to get. I've worked really hard recently trying to get the YouTube member system, I guess you call it, up to a point where I actually think it's worth buying. Because I'm going to be honest, I've had the YouTube members thing for like maybe a year now. I've just never put any effort into it at all, and that's really bad of like on my half. But now like the perks like that you can get from it, and I've legit got like a full-on Discord server that you can join now rather than it just being a singular chat, and that's actually like daily really active, and I kind of love the little community we've got on there. But yeah, just know that like genuinely, if you are a YouTube member, you're helping a guy literally achieve everything he's ever wanted. Just thank you so much, like so much. Or anybody who ever donates in streams, like I don't know why you do it, because I'm literally just a guy making content on YouTube, but there is never enough times that I don't ever know what to say when people do donate, because all I can say is thank you. I just don't know what to say. Also, this is coming along sick. Sorry to like kind of ruin the moment, but it's coming along very nicely. Another kind of goal, I think, is the second channel. I kind of want to revive things on that a little bit. Things like Lego Therapy and especially Movie Nights with the Boys. I want to bring those like as like consistent series, because I kind of have done like a couple. I think it's just because I've been having the main channel as a priority, but I love like the second channel and the freedom I have with it, like being able to do I love the Lego Therapy series. I don't know why, I just do. Having the aesthetic and the film and everything, I love it. I'd love to sort of involve the Discord a little bit more with second channel videos, maybe like a one question go, or I don't know. I just think I've got so much freedom on this second channel that I don't have on my main channel, that I just need to sort of play with it. The goal is definitely to upload more on this channel, because I really don't. Also, like, I'm gonna be completely upfront again, if I was able to get this channel monetized so that I could actually earn a bit from this channel, that would be sick, because that means I've got yet another source of revenue coming from YouTube that's not like I'm not just depending on one channel, and that's a really good thing to do as if you're a creator. Diversify. So at the minute, like, I'm getting a little bit of money from my main channel and TikTok and Powder, Okay, actually, let's take a side note. I want to talk about the Powder app, because if you've not downloaded the Powder app yet, can I just say, please do. Just download it and follow me, just to support that app, because that app has supported me so much for over a year now. Again, coming back to the whole, like, being able to do this as a full-time thing. Without Powder, I would have to take up so many more hours, and, like, they support me so much, and I'm working harder again to sort of do more with them, because that's yet another thing where I've kind of just got it and I've been like, okay, I've got that, cool. That can be like a side thing. I don't really need to bother about that too much. I just need to work harder to make sure that everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm putting my name towards and everything that is giving you guys something is good. Like, it's not just a little side thing that I don't really need to worry about. It's something good. That's such a big goal of mine for next year, to make sure everything I do is good and not just, oh, that's just a subpar thing. I'll put 50% effort into that. I want everything to be good, and that may not be the best mind. Well, no, that is a good mindset to have, but at the same time, I don't really have the time for it. This is why, like, if I can get to a point where this can be my full-time job, I think they're the things that would massively improve. Like, I don't know if many of you know, I mean, you might do, because I did a little clip about it, but I've been part of the Oculus partner program. Well, I'm like an Oculus brand ambassador, I think that's the official title, and that entails me making VR content. I've been doing that for 3 months now. And how much content do you reckon I've made for Oculus? One clip, one TikTok. Yep. I feel awful by it, and I feel like I'm gonna probably lose the partnership soon, which I just don't want to do, because it's a partnership with Oculus. I mean, that's crazy. I just don't have the time for that and my own content at the minute with uni and everything. But I really don't want to lose that deal, because I think then a future version of myself would probably kick myself, because I mean, Jesus Christ, it's Oculus. Like, that's a huge brand and that's a huge deal, but I've just been throwing it off to the side and I don't know why. So I guess that's another sort of goal for next year, to make sure that I'm actually taking my time to do these things. Like, if I'm signing up to be an Oculus brand ambassador, make sure that you are being an Oculus brand ambassador. One of the biggest goals, I think, for next year, just make sure that everything I'm doing is to my best of my ability. I want to really improve on time management as well, especially with videos, because recently, like, because I've been working on a Fallout video, a Battlefield video, a Vanguard video, and the end of year video, you're gonna get like a video every week pretty much this month. But then there'll be another time where you won't get a video for months. So I really need to work on timing my projects and making sure that I do always have something in the works, at least, or at least 2 things in the works, so that there's not huge time gaps between uploads. And next year is where I'm gonna go absolutely hard on everything, and especially, like, okay, to be fair, I say this, it might dip around May when I've got all my uni submissions, and that's when I'm like on my final year of uni, because I will have to prioritize that a little bit. But once that's out of the way, YouTube is gonna be the priority. Well, I hope it is anyway. If I'm at a financially stable enough point to where it can be, then that'll be sick. If it's not, I'll have to prioritize getting a job, but for the time being, we can hope and dream that YouTube will be the priority. It's low-key insane though, like, I sometimes feel like I need to take a step back and actually look at how much and what I have achieved, because I can get so, like, caught up and drowned out about thinking like, okay, I can't wait, I need to get to 50k and all this, and okay, I need to get the next video out, I need to do this, that you forget, like, everything I've achieved, like, this year. A pat on the back and say, like, you're doing alright, like, to even have it in conversation, there is a legitimately, like, low-key possibility that I could hit 100k next year, or even if that it's in the conversation and it's a legitimate possibility that this could be a job for me now. That's something that's unreal. Like, I don't understand. Even that I'm hitting 50k soon. 50k? That's just a stupid amount of people. As I've said a lot this LEGO therapy, it all just comes back down to you guys and the support that you show me, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. For the people who have donated and become a member, but not just those. If you've ever just, like, watched one of my videos and liked it, like, You don't realize how much likes help on YouTube, like pushing out a video. Even just watching the video helps push it out a little bit. If you've ever watched like to the end of a video, I just don't think you understand how much this whole thing means to me. Like, it's just, I'm so like passionate about the content I want to make, and love every second of making content, and it's just so fun, and it's just all I want to do. I don't want any other job in the world. The support and everything that you guys do for me, this no longer feels like an unobtainable dream. It feels like something that could legit happen, and that's kind of scary to think, but also very, very exciting. To be fair, we are coming towards the end of this build. If I could find, you know what, as we're drawing towards the end, let's point it there so you can actually see what I'm building. Tell you what, actually, I've just thought of another sort of goal for next year. Bring more diversity onto the channel. I've started to kind of creep it in a little bit now, but I just want to do more other than Warzone. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love and enjoy Warzone. Like, it's just always going to be funny to play with the boys. But the amount of like creativity I found in doing the Fallout video, or you will have seen it by now, hopefully, maybe, the Battlefield video. I'd love to gain a little bit more confidence in solo as well. Like, doing solo videos is something that I've always felt like I would never be good at because I'm not really funny. But then at the same time, I need to start sort of learning that, well, the only way you're ever going to get better at doing solo stuff is by doing solo stuff. Like, I can't always depend on the boys to do that. Okay, I am going to try and finish this build, not quickly, because I've still got a fair few little bits to do. But I'm probably not going to talk that much because I don't really know what else to say. I've had all my therapy done today. Oh, yes! This looks so sick! You probably... Oh, I'm holding it too high. You probably can't see it too much, but I'll put like a close-up. That is honestly one of the best LEGO sets I have ever seen. Huge, huge shout out, again, to Greatest Minifigs. This isn't even sponsored. They haven't... I literally paid for this set. However, if you would like to send me a free set, Greatest Minifigs, that would be greatly appreciated. I hope you have an incredible Christmas, an incredible New Year, and if you don't, then it's the start of a new year. Start fresh, and you've got the whole new year to get right. But yes, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Have a good one on me. My camera's just stopped rolling, but thank you so much. Thank you to all the members as well. They're going to be on screen now, so thank you to all of you members. You're all absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And